is third seminar on elevating the income from salary. Our group consists of different members. Nusrat Sheikh, Anurag, Sonia, Abhinandan, Saidasada, Annapurna, Lakshmi, Shraddha, and I, Nita, and Hina. Our next she will
from salary. Salary is the first head of income. The income taxable under this head shall be calculated on the duty-wise basis or on the receipt of basis, whichever occurs earlier. Taxable salary shall include taxable allowances, retirement benefits, and profit in lieu of salary. So, income from salary refers to the money earned from employment or job. This can include wages, bonus, commissions, and other form of consumptions received in exchange of work performed. So next will be explained by Sai Prasad.
meaning of any monetary benefit offered to the by the employer and employee. See expenditure over and above the basic salary is known as allowance. There are different types of allowance, fully taxable, partly taxable, fully exempted.
Good afternoon everyone. My name is Shraddha and my topic is fully taxable allowances. Taxable allowances are those allowances which are part of salary and are not exempted under any section of Income Tax Act. These are taxed as per tax slab of the employee. Here are some common known fully taxable allowances. Fully taxable allowances ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಒಬ್ಬ ಕಂಪನಿಯ ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯರ್ ಮತ್ತೊಂದು ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯಿಗೆ ನೀಡತಕ್ಕಂತಹ ಅಲವೆನ್ಸಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ತನಗೆ ಬೇಕಾಗಿರುವಂತಹ ಅಲವೆನ್ಸಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ನೀಡಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂತಹ ಅಲವೆನ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಪೇ ಮಾಡುವಂಥದ್ದು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇನ್ಕಮ್ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಡಿಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಕೊಡುವಂಥದ್ದು. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ DNS allowances. DNS allowances is mostly paid to employees over the basic salary to manage the inflation and as an adjustment towards the cost of living expenses. DNS allowances is nothing but the allowances in the order to make the cost of living. Cost of living ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇವಾಗ ನಮಗೆ ದಿನನಿತ್ಯ ಬಳಸುವಂತ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆನ್ಸಸ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಮೀನಿಂಗ್ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ. ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಲಿವಿಂಗ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆನ್ಸಸ್ ಅಂತ ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯಿಗೆ ನೀಡುವಂತಹ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆನ್ಸಸ್. ಇವಾಗ ನಾವು ದಿನನಿತ್ಯ ಬಳಸುವಂತಹ ವಸ್ತುಗಳ ಬೆಲೆ ಆಗಿರಲಿ, ಇವಾಗ ಹೋದ ವರ್ಷಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಈ ವರ್ಷ ಕಂಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿದರೆ ಬೆಲೆ ಹೆಚ್ಚಾಗಿರ್ತದೆ, ಬೆಲೆಯನ್ನು ಸೇಮ್ ಇರುವುದಿಲ್ಲ, ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಸೊ ನಾವು ಅದಕ್ಕೆ 10% ಅನ್ನ ಹೆಚ್ಚಾಗಿ ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯೀಸ್ಗೆ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಕಂಪನಿಯವರು ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯಿಗೆ ಹೆಚ್ಚು 10% ಅನ್ನ ಹೆಚ್ಚಾಗಿ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ 10% ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಾರೆ DNS ಅಲವೆನ್ಸಸ್ ಅಂತ. ಆದ್ರೂ ವರ್ಷ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತದೆ, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಆದಾಗ ಮತ್ತೆ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾ 10% ಅನ್ನ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅಲವೆನ್ಸಸ್. When an employer pays an employee's project related expenses out of an allowances, that income is completely taxable. ಇವಾಗ ಒಂದು ಕಡೆ ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ನಡೀತದೆ, ಮತ್ತೊಂದು ಕಡೆ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಆ ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗಬೇಕಾದಂತಹ ಖರ್ಚು ವೆಚ್ಚಗಳನ್ನ ಆ ಅಲವೆನ್ಸಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ನೀಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಅದನ್ನ ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅಲವೆನ್ಸಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬಹುದು. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಮೆಡಿಕಲ್ ಅಲವೆನ್ಸಸ್. This allowances is paid for the medical expenses incurred by the employee. This allowances is fully taxable. ಮೆಡಿಕಲ್ ಅಲವೆನ್ಸಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯಿ ಅಂಡ್ ದರ್ ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿ ಅವರಿಗೆ ನೀಡತಕ್ಕಂತ ಮೆಡಿಕಲ್ ಅಲವೆನ್ಸಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಫಿಕ್ಸ್ಡ್ ಅಲವೆನ್ಸಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕೂಡ ಹೇಳ್ಬಹುದು. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಫಿಕ್ಸ್ಡ್ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಟು ದಿ ಮೆಡಿಕಲ್ ಟ್ರೀಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಪರ್ಪಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಮೆಡಿಕಲ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆನ್ಸಸ್ ಗೋಸ್ಕರ ನೀಡತಕ್ಕಂತ ಮೆಡಿಕಲ್ ಅಲವೆನ್ಸಸ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಸಿಟಿ ಕಾಂಪೆನ್ಸೇಟರಿ ಅಲವೆನ್ಸಸ್. This payment is made to employee who work in urban areas that may be quite expensive in order to help them cope with the excessive expenses of living there. City compensatory allowances ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಈ ಅಲವೆನ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಸಿಟಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯಿ ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಸಿಟಿ ಕಾಂಪೆನ್ಸೇಟರಿ ಅಲವೆನ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ನೀಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಸಿಟಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆನ್ಸಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇರ್ತದೆ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುವಂತ ರೇಟ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸೇಮ್ ಇರುವುದಿಲ್ಲ. ಇವಾಗ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಒಂದು ಕಡೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಿದ್ದೀವಿ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಪಾರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಆ ಪಾರ್ಕಿಂಗ್ ಪ್ಲೇಸಲ್ಲಿ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಫೀಸನ್ನು ಕೊಡಬೇಕಾಗ್ತದೆ. ಸೊ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾ ಫೀಸನ್ನು ನೀಡಬೇಕಾಗ್ತದೆ. ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ಸಿಟಿ ಕಾಂಪೆನ್ಸೇಟರಿ ಅಲವೆನ್ಸಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯಿಗೆ ನೀಡಲಾಗ್ತದೆ. ಇದನ್ನು ಬೇಸಿಕ್ ಸ್ಯಾಲರಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಆ್ಯಡ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಪ್ರತಿ ತಿಂಗಳ ನೀಡುವಂಥದ್ದು. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಬೈ ದಿ ಹೀಮ್.
My name is Hina Sheikh. So my topic is fully flexible allowance. So next topic is servant allowance. Where an employee pays a worker to use servant services that allowance is considered as a taxable income. So second one is overtime allowance. Employees who work beyond the regular shifts may receive an overtime payment from the employers. The third one is non-practicing allowance. This allowance is given to the doctors who provide the employees a certificate that they are not working in self-practice. So fourth one is transport allowance. Transport allowance granted to an employee to meet his expenditure for the purpose of commuting between the distance of his residence and the distance of his duty. However, in case of blind, handicapped employees, exemption up to 3,200 per month is provided under section 10, subsection 5. Thanks. Transport allowance. In transport allowance, 70% of such allowances or rupees 10,000 per month, whichever is lesser, that is ever lesser, is exempted, provided the employee is not in receipt of daily allowances. Next one is children education allowance. In children education allowances, rupees 100 per month is exempted. Up to a maximum of 2 children are exempted. Next will be explained as next. exam completed for travelers to Delhi for 25 days. Daily basis.
ಅಪಾರ್ಚುನಿಟಿ ಸಿಗ್ತಾ ಮೇಡಮ್.
Myself, and I will be explaining the start computation of income from salary. So in the start, they have determined who can assessing the person's account ability. Then we have determined previous and assessment has been given in the question. Then we have to write down these particulars. So in the start, there is salary given. One salary given is paid, the other salary bonus is commission, etc. These all will be given in the question and we have to write down. But sometimes we need to calculate depending upon whether they are given annually or on the basis of monthly. The rest of this chart will be explained by
Good afternoon, ma'am. My name is Abhinav. I'll explain the format of income from salary. Already, Anurag has explained this about topics, and I'll continue with point number 11. Amount received in respect of enhancement of yield during services. You have to write the amount here. And the next, contribution of employees in RF in excess of 12% of salary, and interest on RF in excess of 9.5%. If the retirement of employee is given in question, we have to add here. And the next one is the unrecognized provident fund. There are two types. They are share of employer and interest on share of employee. If both are given, we have to enter here. And the next is taxable part of gratuity. The 16th one is taxable part of encashment of earned leave. And in retrenchment, taxable part of retrenchment compensation. In case of voluntary retirement, taxable part of voluntary retirement compensation. And next one is pension, taxable part of computed pension and pension from the date of retirement till the year of previous year. And then if you add that, you will get the income from gross salary. Then you have to deduct the under section 16, that is standard of deduction. The maximum amount is 50,000, and entertainment allowances the maximum 50,000 if the employee is government employee. And the third one is professional tax. If you have to less these three parts, then you will get the income from salary. This is the format of income from salary. Thank you.
this income from salary is used to help these employees find new methods to save their taxes and also help them in a manner you can pay your taxation. Thank you.